Thank you very much for joining this seminar. It's an international seminar for the SIP program. What SIP program is will be introduced by myself soon. But before that, I would like to thank all the participants, especially the very important speakers from New Zealand. After the very long flight from New Zealand to Japan, then the Professor Ken is one of my best friends for many years. Then he came to Japan in last March or February? January. Yeah, then I met him in Shinjuku area to enjoy the dinner. Then at that time, we talked a little bit about the project. Then he is also serving I think the speakers is on. Yeah. Then he told me that he is serving the very important role for New Zealand government related to the natural disasters. Then I'm also working for the big project in Japan. Then I just asked him to come to Japan to share and exchange the information on how we tackle with natural disasters, both in New Zealand and Japan. Then he kindly accepted. Then today, he brings the very strong team from New Zealand and China. Then thank you very much for coming to Japan. Then here we have more than 20 people here, and also behind the screen. Then about the registered number is about 80 people. Is registered to join this seminar online. So it's a one-day seminar until about 5 o'clock. So I hope you all enjoyed and you got new findings from this seminar. Thank you very much for coming. Then, here is the title of SIP, Development of a Resilient Smart Network System Against Natural Disasters. So what the SIP is and what is the main objectives of our project will be introduced following by introduction. The title of the project is the Development of a Resilient Smart Network System Against Natural Disasters. So according to this title, you may recognize that this project is not only for earthquake disaster, but also not all, but also flood and typhoon, a kind of the water disaster is also involved in this project. Then this project was started 2 years ago. Then, right, 2 years ago. We just started third year. Then I would like to introduce what our project is. Thank you, Ken-san, for using this one. So, overview of SIP project. Then the SIP project is a 5 years project. Then we are not accepting the application every year. Once we start SIP project, it lasts for 5 years. Well, we never accept a new one. Then, so we started the SIP project in 2014. Then it's called the first phase. Then second phase started in 2018 to 2020, second. Then right now we started third term from 2023. Then always the central government choose the topic. Then for the first phase, they selected these 11 projects. Not only the disasters, of course. You can see automated driving system, the power stuff, and energy, agriculture, cybersecurity, and so on. Then they are selected by central government, the core of the central government. Then they put a lot of budget and concentrate on these topics. Then for the first phase, you see the social resilience. That means tackle against with natural disasters. Then the PI was Professor Nakashima. Then the second phase started in 2018. Then you can see here national resilience. Again, the central government decided to choose the topic against disasters. Then the PI for the second phase was Professor Hori, the Professor Emeritus of the University of Tokyo. He just left from ERI 2 years ago. He is supposed to be here, but not yet. He will join later. He is quite busy guy. So, okay. Then the third phase started in 2023. Then we are this one. This one, finally the government selected 14 topics this time. Then of course we were selected. Then the title was the development of smart network for disaster mitigation. Then you see the robotics, the community, healthcare, food chain, the quite wide range of the project. But still the central government decided to launch the project against natural disasters because you may know Japan has too many natural disasters. Almost all kinds of natural disasters we have. Earthquake, volcano, typhoon, and flood, and everything. So that's why the government decided we cannot escape from the natural disasters. Then they selected our project as well. We do not submit any proposal, just the central government to decide the topic. Then the budget size, you can see, about $250 million per year. But we calculated 100 yen for $1. Now the rate is a bit changed. Then for the disaster mitigation, the budget size so far is 24 million yen, $1 million. It's quite huge. Then you see but not the top, the highest budget received by the maritime security, because it's a very important topic for Japan, because like New Zealand, we are a small island, then that's quite an important issue. And quantum technique, I don't know what it is, but sounds quite cutting edge, so that's why the government decided to put. Then we are the third position, $24 million. Then they also selected the one topic to the infrastructure management. Actually, for the first term, they selected infrastructures. But second term, it was not selected. I don't know why. But this time, they decided to do the project again with infrastructure. Then you may be able to imagine that they are quite closely related. If no natural disaster happened, just we needed to maintain our infrastructures, including the buildings. But once some disaster happened, we needed to work to mitigate the disaster effects. But then the normal days will come back. Then we come back to the infrastructure management. As such, before starting this third term, we started the collaboration with the infrastructure team. Then some details will be touched on later. So I would like to introduce what we did, the future vision of disaster prevention and mitigation in Society 5.0. The Society 5.0 was defined by the central government. It's a kind of the very global top concept of the government. Then according to this concept, we developed, we formulated our project. Then first phase, what they did was to develop the multi-ministerial system. Probably the New Zealand and any countries could be the same, but it's quite difficult to work together among the different ministries. Then they don't want to share the information, just to make a phone call, then that's it. But that could be okay for normal days. But once natural disaster happened, we needed to overcome this kind of barrier between the ministries. The SIP project is actually for the multi-ministerial project. If the project can be done by just one single ministry, it's not for the SIP project. SIP is a framework for multi-ministerial development. So that's why this project is controlled by the cabinet office. It's the top of the central government. Then the top of the cabinet office is the minister of Japan. So that's why the cabinet office decided all the topics. Then for the first phase, since this was the project, what they tried to do was to develop the multi-ministerial information sharing system. Then they developed, it's called SIP 4D. This is the system to share the information between the ministries. So right now we are using this system for the disaster mitigation as well. Then for the second phase, at that time we had SIP 4D. Then by using this system, we started to share the information with different ministries and local governments. If we measure let's say the rainfall, okay, then we can get the information how much rainfall we got, and we will. Then we can share that kind of information with using SIP 4D. But not so many people want to know the exact value of the rainfall. I'm not interested in that kind of value, especially for the government officers. They should be quite busy once the natural disaster happened. If we say, look, here is the value of the rainfall, you see, but I'm quite busy. So then the important thing is how to convert the raw information to the very variable information for the government officers to decide, to make the decision against the disasters. Then we developed the IDR4M. This is a system to convert the raw information to the meaningful and useful information for the government. Then many local governments are now applying this system. Then the third phase started. Up to the second phase, we tried to distribute new technologies to the government, central government and the local governments. But for the third term, we are now challenging to distribute the information not only for the governmental institutes, but also the companies, farmers, and citizens, the people. We are trying to inform the people where you should evacuate and when. That's what we are doing for the third phase. So this map shows the recent natural disasters. After the Tohoku earthquake happened in 2011, it's 15 years ago, or 14 years ago, I'm sorry. After that, we had a lot of natural disasters. Then this is a map of Japan, but actually Japan has much more islands here. Okinawa and some more islands, small islands. Just recently, we have too many earthquakes around here. For several weeks, we got more than 600 earthquakes. Nobody knows what's going on under the sea, but even today, we got too many earthquakes there. Rather small, no damage occurred, but what's going on? If we got the volcano eruption, or it can trigger the much stronger earthquake. But in fact, the reality is just we got hundreds of earthquakes recently. Far from Tokyo, but don't worry. And also, this building is a base isolated building, so don't worry about the earthquake. This building was the first base isolated building in the university. Just last year, we got a new hospital, the university hospital. Then that is also base isolated. That's the second building. So far, we have only 2 buildings. So you are in the safest building in the university, so don't worry. But anyway, then here, Noto Peninsula, we got a pretty strong earthquake happened on January 1st last year. I don't know if you know, you had the chance to see the photos, but one 7-story reinforced concrete structure turned over towards the timber house. Then that's a New Year day. Then the family gathering. Then the daughters and the sons came back to the house. Then unfortunately, the two people, the mother and the one daughter, were killed. Then we are still working on this earthquake, but unfortunately, after the earthquake, then the heavy rain hit that area. Then we conducted the recovery construction there to recover the road, important road there. But typhoon was coming, then we can predict the route of the typhoon for a few days in advance. Then, of course, we informed them you had better evacuate. Then the construction site was closed. But the supervisor of the construction site just visited the site to see if everything was okay or not. Then landslide happened. Then he was killed due to the landslide. Then probably this was the first multi-disaster happened in Japan. Then we start saying that we're going to have the strong rainfall right after the earthquake, or vice versa. It could happen, but this is the real one. It already happened. But we already started this project, so we needed to tackle on the multi-hazard issue as well. Then, as I told you, this project should be the multi-ministry project. Then again, we are going to tackle with natural disaster. That's why so many ministries and agencies are involved in the project, such as the Cabinet Secretariat, Cabinet Office, of course, then the too long name of the ministry. Too short, it's a Ministry of Construction. And Ministry of Education, the Healthcare and Labor, or Ministry of Defense here. Police agency here. No, this one is the Ministry of Construction. I'm sorry, it's too long name, so I cannot recognize which one is which. This one could be the telecommunications and so on, probably. So then the digital agency. This is the key player. Recently, this agency was developed. Then the government is promoting the digitization of Japan, such as the Social Security card is now digitized, and public insurance card is also digitized. Driving license card will be digitized. When I was in the United States, I brought the Social Security number card because the officer asked me, what is your Social Security number? Then I bring my card. Then, okay, my number is, then the officer told me, I will tell you the important thing. You should keep your card in the safest place in your home, then you should just remember the number. But in Japan, we are going to the opposite way. We need to bring that social security card every time because it's a driving license. We need to bring that card to go to the hospital, even to enter to the ministry buildings. I have my ID for the cabinet office, but it's the social security card. Yeah. But anyway, then we are trying to digitize the disaster mitigation. So we have the long history against natural disasters, of course, more than 2,000 years, even before when we got the computer. So we always use paper and pencil to tackle with a natural disaster. Then we never believed about the electricity. Once disaster happened, probably blackout will occur. We cannot trust electricity. But nowadays, all information is digitized, like even in a local government. They have the database for the people, database for the building, everything is in the database. It's quite secured. Even if they lose the electricity, that's a first priority to recover. So now we need to change our mind to use the digital technology for the natural disaster mitigation. So that's why our objectives, our goal is how to utilize the digitization. Of course, the hazard happened in the real world, of course. Then once the earthquake or typhoon or flood disaster happened, immediately we start to use the satellite, the sensors, and so on to capture what's going on. Where is the most damaged area? Then where the disaster will go, and so on. Then this kind of information will be digitized into cyberspace. It's called digital twin. It's getting old word, but we are going to develop the digital twin system in the computer. Then once we got this digital data, we can conduct the simulation to see what will happen in just a few hours later or a few days later. Then, as I told you, that kind of information is not almost meaningless for the government officers. We need to convert the information to the useful, valuable information to the decision makers. Then that kind of information will come back to the real space, then distributed to all governments, and also just people and companies. But of course, you may easily understand that this cycle is not just one time. Of course, the typhoon is moving, so this cycle will go around and around several times. For the earthquake, of course, the aftershock will come. So we are going to go around this kind of the circular activities. So to achieve that, we organized 5 subgroups for this project. The subgroup A is going to develop the technologies to detect and capture the current situation in the affected area by using satellite sensing system, the sensors on the ground, and also they are going to combine all information to the system and provide the information to the other subgroups. Then subgroup B is like the gate for the people. They are going to provide the information to the people, government, and so on, especially for the people to change their mind to evacuate at the appropriate timing to the proper location. For the earthquake, it's easy. After the strong shaking, everybody will go out of the building. They don't want to come back to the building. But for the flood, that's a big problem. Right now, we have the warning system. The river is going to the river water is going to over the bank. But the people go to the bank. Really? I want to see the situation. Then they will be killed. So we need to change the behavior. That's what subgroup B is trying to do. Then the subgroup C is a kind of a little bit different phase and a different the topic. They are going to develop the technique and technologies to achieve the collaboration between the police, firefighters, and the troopers of the Ministry of Self-Defense. They go to the affected area immediately. Of course, we have the barriers between the ministries and agencies, but they are in the affected area soon after the disaster happened. They are trying to collaborate, but what they are using is just a whiteboard and white map. Then they are writing down. They write down the information what they got, then share the information on the screen, on the whiteboard. If new data comes, no way, but they just erase the older information. So they cannot track the timeline, what happened. They are trying to share the information, but in reality, the situation is like that. We want to use the digital technology. They should bring the same the computer or some small device to put the information, then immediately they can share the information. But the problem could be the internet connection. We're gonna lose the internet connection. So that's why we are also developing the new technologies to achieve the internet connection in the affected area, even if the telecommunication is lost, our technology can develop the connection. Then the subgroup D is going to concentrate on the flood disaster. Then they are going to develop the system, how to control, how to manage the river, dam, water gate, a lot of the equipment we have. And also, even for the dam, there are several different objectives. One dam could be just to manage the flood disaster. If we can predict the typhoon is coming, we just release the water to make the water level lower, because we are expecting the very heavy rain. But some dam is for the agriculture. For them, the water is quite important, like a gold for them. They don't want to reduce the amount of water. Okay, but what happens? Who will have the responsibility if heavy rain will not come? They will be in trouble, but who will reimburse them? That's a big problem. Then that kind of dam is controlled by the Ministry of Agriculture. For the flood control, the dam is controlled by Ministry of Construction. We have another dam for the energy generating, the electricity. That's controlled by the different ministry as well. So this group D is trying to develop the comprehensive controlling system. As a first step, subgroup D is working with the Ministry of Construction and the Ministry of Agriculture, how to optimize the dam controlling for both flood control and agriculture. So this is also very, very challenging topic. Then group E, subgroup E is the fundamental technology for this SIP project, which is to develop the digital twin. Then for the digital twin, then we have two groups. Actually, the three groups, but E2 is to develop the fundamental technologies for digital twin. This kind of digital twin can be utilized not only for disaster management, but also many objectives, like infrastructure management, automatic driving system, so many. But for the first step, we are collaborating with the different SIP project for the infrastructure management. Then we decided, okay, this technology should be developed by the project for infrastructure management, because they are going to use 24 hours, 7 days per week. Then for the disaster management side, we are going to develop the applications on this fundamental digital twin technologies. That's why we have the two groups. One is digital twin for earthquake disasters led by Professor Oishi here from Kobe University. And another group is tackling for the tsunami disaster. I still have 6 minutes? Okay, then. Then led by the Professor Koshimura of Tohoku University. This is you can see the faces of the group. I'm here as a PD, Program Director of this project, and PM, Program Management Office Leader, Dr. Suzuki is over there. And the strategic coordinators. Also, the SPD means sub-program directors. This side is the management side. They are watching the progress of the project. Then for Group A, the Professor Maki right there from Kyoto University. And for B and D, the Omata-san, who is now chairman of River Foundation. And Group C is also Professor of Murota. Murota sensei used to be a firefighter. Then Group E, it's digital twin technology. It's led by, supervised by the Professor Hori. I asked him to come back to SIP project. He used to be a program director for the second phase. Then he is coming. Yeah, not yet, but he's coming. So this side is the researchers. Then for Group A, Taguchi-san from NIED. For Group B, Yamada Sensei from Hokkaido University. And C and D, the Sumi Sensei is coming, I heard, but not yet. Then the Ise-san from NIED for Group C. And for Group E, the Oishi Sensei right there. And the Koshimura Sensei from Tohoku University against the tsunami. So this is a group. But under the principal researchers, there are so many involved researchers and companies. You may easily understand according to the budget size. It's a huge budget size. So as I told you, that we are going to convert the situation of the real world to the cyberspace. This is so-called digital twin. This technology will be developed by the project for infrastructure management. Then probably this is the final slide, but I would like to show you the movie. Due to the Tohoku earthquake, we have the very strong and nationwide drill against earthquake. Then usually this time we did this kind of drill in the Tohoku area, the northern part of Japan, where Tohoku earthquake happened. Then mainly controlled by the Ministry of Self-Defense. There are many troopers and high class the commanders are there. Then we worked together. Then what we did was we brought our technology, already developed system to the site, then to develop the internet connection in the affected area. So the troopers carry the big box to stay connected. Then the story is like that, like this. Then the trooper found the injured people. in very isolated area. Then they got the connection to then inform to the controlling central controlling office of the joint controlling team among the police, firefighters, and self-defense troopers. Then they decided to dispatch the rescue team, but the road is blocked. So the Ministry of Self-Defense dispatched the special tools to move out all the fallen rocks and so on, and collapse the building to make the road clear. Then the rescue team under the firefighter department will go through the road to rescue the people. They go back to the hospital. That's the story of the drill. I would like to show you. No sound so far. This is the controlling room. Of course, this is the drill, but he says earthquake happened. Then the group E, the tsunami group, start the calculation. Then within 4 minutes, they can get the result. Then tsunami will come to this area. And also they are putting the information of the damage into the system. Then immediately we can share the information among the police, troopers. Here there are many troopers. Then the Ministry of Self-Defense decided to dispatch this kind of special ship to the affected side. You see the SIP? So this group brings the box to stay connected. Then with this one, then they are contacting with central office. Then what's going on? Then the police station came to the. The rescue team came to the site and rescued the people, injured people. Then everything looks well, but of course we found a lot of problems. Then we are just on the second year, so we still have 3 years more. So we are improving the problems that we found during the evacuation. So concluding remarks. Like a technical presentation, but everything was explained already. So that's all from my side. Yeah, thank you very much for your kind attention.